It is my immense pleasure and my honor to welcome all of you here, all the dignitaries who have come far away, especially to make this event a very successful.
Next, I would like to invite the eminent speaker, Suchitra Mohano Joshi. Suchitra Mohano Joshi is the center head of Target Close, bringing over 23 years of expertise in IT to her role. With a robust background in software development and team leadership, she spearheads Target Close India's offshore center, driving quality and strategic initiatives. Suchitra is also a certified organization department coach and NLP coach practitioner, empowering teams to reach their full potential while staying abreast of emerging tech trends. Suchitra Monharo Joshi will share her research on Beyond Targets, Embracing the Journey to Success, insights from the Bhagavad Gita.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Suchitra Mohan Rao Joshi from India. I'm heading Target Close Technologies. Today, I'm going to speak about Beyond Target, Embracing the Journey to Success. The reason for this topic, which I chose, is from so many years, 23 years of service in IT industry, and now I'm heading this Target Close Technology. I have a lot to do with the team management, and this organization in India I built from the scratch. So while hiring people, sometimes we get, since it's a startup, new company, it's very difficult to get, the cream layer of the students or the professionals. So I chose to, hire someone who is really in need of job and interested to do, but not have skills because, they did not get into good college or whatever reason. So I got them, I trained them technically. While I was training them technically, I found that, there is a lot of other things which are missing in their life, and that is why they could not get into the jobs that they wanted to go. So, but now, from so many years to almost 12 years in this organization, everybody who has joined are happy and they are still with us, and there is very less attrition. The basic concepts that I have used to build a team and manage the team is one of the things which I am going to share. And eventually, because of this journey, I took up some coaching courses and I'm a certified trainer. Instead of whatever I was doing earlier was based on my instinct and my learning, my life experience. But I thought of going through some, scientific things, how things can be done. So I got into that, and that's why I'm a certified coach and organization development coach too. What we are covering today is what basically this applies to both students and professionals. The fixated outcome and we are lost in the journey. External forces that are affecting to the success, finding way to success, and applications of in goal settings, methodology that is used, and couple of case studies. So fixated outcome, like every student thinks that I want 100 marks. I want, this one. I want so much of money. So everybody is behind that, the target which they are setting, and then they're just going beyond that, and they're lost in the journey. The most of the time, next slide please. Most of the time, the people who are getting influenced, they don't know whether it is their own target or they are just getting it from the external forces. We have so many things affecting our daily life today, especially the social media. When they see some actors, they want to become actors. When they see some singers, they want to become singers. Because most of the time, they want to be something and they want to present themselves so that they think that that is what will give them happiness. And many times I even saw the students who wants to get into IIT, which is one of the prestigious institutions in India, and they need to really work hard to get into that. And when I ask them, why do you want to get there? Because they say they get a very good package out of that. So if package is a thing, IIT is not the only route. There are so many other things. So when I speak to them, I got to know that their actual need is something, and they are getting into something else because of the other external influences. So there is a saying that this is a shloka from Bhagavad Gita, which is a sacred text, the text that we follow. The shloka goes like this, is a 47th shloka from the second chapter. Karmanne vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu ma te sangostava karmani. Meaning you have only right on the action that you are doing it, but you don't have a right on the fruit that action is going to give. So that is something else that you should not have any attachment to the action. You should just do action and not just have some goal and then be inactive in that. Only when you work on the things, you will get the result. So that is what is the meaning of the shloka. So along with this, when we talk about this karmanne vadhikarasya, how our journey should be and how our action should be. Our actions should be, we should be the result of that action. Whenever we are thinking about something, it should also be for the society, not just the selfish actions. So that is one of the things that we need to, if we have that, then the results will be even better. And always not having the attachment to the action, like being famous, once you become famous, it's not like you will become famous all the time. You have to keep doing it, working on it. So it's a continuous process. It will not happen once in lifetime. So the goal should be something like sankalpa, what we say. In a Vedic rituals, when we say sankalpa, when we want something, we perform some rituals or puja or sacrifices, homa. That time they ask us to hold water in our hand and ask us, why are you performing this? When we say that and then we leave that water, that means we are leaving it to the universe that what goal I am having, we need the power of the universe and support from the universe to do it. And after that, that's it. We don't think about the goal. We just think about the process. Whatever the actions, the perform that sacrifice they have to do, they'll continue to do it. They never think of the goal. Similarly, if we apply the same thing in our same method, if we apply in our daily life. So I have a couple of case studies where I have applied these concepts. So I have 3 case studies which I have got in here. One was from the academic school. She was not performing well. She was very lazy kind of thing and procrastinating. So her parents were worried. They went to many counseling, and then still things did not work. So they eventually just spoke to me, and they got to know that I am also doing this coaching. So they asked me, and I sat with her and checked with her why she is doing procrastinating. And when we kept on saying, no, don't do it, don't do procrastinating, do it now, that does not work. So I sat with her and identified her actual goals. So she said she wants to do it good in her academics, which is definitely the goal of any academic students. So when I asked her, so when you want to do that, you have to submit your assignments on time. You have to submit, complete reading this chapter on this time. So I broke down her. Of course, I applied other coaching principles with this to and goal setting principles to break down her targets, and then kept on giving her little targets. The work breakdown structure I gave, that helped her, that kept her motivating, and her focus from getting 100 marks gone in, and just her focus was changed to what she has to do every day. She just has to finish. So eventually she came out of the procrastinating, and then she really did well in her academics. So, and I see them as a happy parents, and still now she is following that. Then the other person, other case study which I am putting here is there was another person who came, and she was an artist. She used to paint. So after marriage, kids, she stopped painting because she was not getting time. And when she was painting, she was a good artist. Her arts were displayed in the galleries and sold for very high price. There was a lot of fame. And after a few years, she started feeling that I don't have that fame. What should I do now? And she was kind of going into depression. So I'm also an artist. I do paint, I do folk arts painting. So I just spoke to her and asked her. She was like, I don't have that fame. I'm not known to anyone. I'm just restricted to my home. And I asked her when I spoke to her during the coaching sessions, I got to know her interest in the painting. So I said, you are interested in painting, just start doing it. Then she started, the mindset of her was changed so much that she was not even able to visualize. Because I think if somebody is a painter, they'll know, because that should be there in the head. Then only they can sketch. So that was not coming into her head. Then forget about deciding the colors and how it has to come. It's a secondary thing. The visualization itself had gone. So I started with her a simple folk arts and asked her to do it. That actually gave her a good start. It took almost 2 years for her to again go and put it in the exhibition. Now again she started doing it well. So here again the focus was like working on the things rather than not thinking that, okay, I need to get fame, I'm not getting. So when we moved, when she just took that sankalp of taking doing some paintings and going into the exhibition, may not be tomorrow, but I will do it in some time. That actually gave her a good break to come out of it. And there is one more corporate example. He is a builder now. So he was from a very humble background. His parents were very not earning much, lower middle class. So he was selling milks and making his earnings. Then when he was doing and many other activities to just make money. So when he was doing that, he realized he wanted to make money, because just by doing these small works he can't do it. So he decided that I will do money and I will contribute to the society. These were his dreams. Then he identified what are his strengths, what he can do. So he thought he can collaborate with an engineer, civil engineer, and make homes. So he made a sankalp of building 500 homes in his life. And then he started working on it, he built, and now he has built more than 1,000 homes, shelters. So when we meet him, he says, I have helped 1,000 families to get shelters. He does not say that I have, grown with this much of money. So now he has good amount of money, and he is doing a lot of social work. He is successful in his life, and his journey has continued. So the conclusion of this is like, when we have a sankalp of doing something, instead of focusing just on what we want, if we focus on our journey, like it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, karmanne vadikarasya ma phaleshu kadachana, if we can focus on our karma, then the results will definitely come. This is what I wanted to share. Thank you so much. Thanks to University of Oxford for allowing me to, providing me the space, and Global Research Conference, and Dr. Hari Krishna Maram, and also my father who imbibed this culture in me. Thank you so much.
The next award goes to Suchitra Mahendra Joshi.